speak out to the public if you're not going to tell people the truth? Why? There's a bunch of liars already. We don't need more. We don't need more liars. We don't need more people that sugarcoat everything and tell everyone you're all fine. Enough of that already. Yeah, I want to be a speaker. Why? I want to, give people chizuk. How are you going to give them chizuk? Tell them stories. Stories are nice, but they're not going to give people to change their life. So, you have to understand, this is not an easy business. It's not easy to tell people that they're wrong. Why? There's a prophecy that's telling you outright you're going to have a lot of enemies. Meaning, there's no such chance of you not having enemies. If you don't have enemies, that means you're not telling people the truth. If everybody likes you, that means you're not telling people the truth. Torah says it. If there's a Rav of a city and everyone likes him, dangerous. That guy's a Rasha. Everyone likes the Rav, he's a Rasha, for sure. Why? He's not telling people the truth. It's impossible that everyone's going to like you. You have to have enemies. Not because you want it, but just because there are people that are against the truth. Youth will blanch the faces of the elders. Elders will stand in the presence of minors. No respect from the younger generation. No respect whatsoever. I get parents calling me crying. My kid's cursing me out. My kid's yelling at me. My kid didn't come home yesterday, and so on and so forth. All types of things that are against the Torah. All types of things that are against the Torah. Parents are simply struggling with their kids. Instead of kissing their feet, the kids are torturing the parents. Instead of saying, thank you, Ima and Abba, for giving me food to eat and a house to live in. The kids are yelling at their parents because they didn't buy them a brand new car yet. That's part of the prophecy. All of this, Rabotai, and more. It's part of the prophecies of the end of days. And last but not least, it says that the daughter-in-law, the son will deride the father, the daughter-in-law will go against the mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the people of his household. Guy's going home, his whole family makes fun of him. Woman goes home, instead of everybody says, oh, Ima, instead of that, they make fun of her. No, Ima, when are you going to clean? No, Ima, when are you going to cook? Yeah, well, I was working all day. Yeah, working, no schmorking. No, come on, make us some food. Like she's some shifcha, she's some cleaning lady. Guy comes home. Instead of the kids get excited to see the father. Abba, can I have some money? You didn't even say hello to me yet. Hello, you didn't say. No, okay, hello. Can I have money now? Calls his father by the first name, sits in his chair. What kind of generation is it? Generation of dogs, not people. And that's why the prophecy ends with says, Pnei ado ke pnei kelev. Who's the fault of all this? It says the generation is going to be face of the generation will be face of a dog. Interestingly, Rav Wasserman gives a chidush on this particular part. He says, why does it say face of the generation is the face of a dog? He says, because usually the master is the one that leads the dog. He tells the dog where to go. But the dog likes to walk in front of him. Even though the master runs the show, the dog likes to walk in front of him. But every so often he looks at the master, he says, where do I go? I go here, I go there. He says, at the end of days, at the time of MaShiach, unlike any other time, the rabbis of the generation are going to be the dog. And the ignorant public is going to be the person. Where the rabbis, instead of being the person that's leading the dog to the right place, the rabbi is going to be the dog. Where he's going to constantly ask, can I say this? Can I talk about Shabbat? Oh, no? Okay. Can I talk about Nida? No. Can I talk about Kashrut? No. Can I talk about HaBRIT? No. What can I talk about? Shlom Bayit. Oh, but we did Shlom Bayit already 6 years and all. Yeah, make it a series. Shlom Bayit. What do you want to talk about? I don't know, when a husband loves a woman. When a woman loves a husband. You know, we talked about it for 6 years straight. Okay, so talk about Sinat Chinam. Sinat Chinam. What about Sinat Chinam? You're going to solve it? You're going to stop hating your neighbors? No, but it's always good to pretend like we are. Rabbis are asking people for permission of what to talk about. Hey, Rabbi, listen, I want you to come to my kehillah and speak. Okay, great. I'll come. Okay, what are you going to talk about, Rabbi? Well, whatever you guys want. Well, listen, you can't really talk about Shabbat and the Holocaust and Tikkun HaBRIT and Musar and, okay, so what do you want me to talk about? Care Bears? Why do you have me come? For what? No, give us chizuk. Watch YouTube. That's chizuk. People want to tell the rabbis what to say. The rabbis have become so scared they've turned into dogs. That's what Rav Wasserman says. He says it in his letter. It's supposed to be the leader, not the follower. But that's what's happening. Now, interestingly enough, Rabotai, so far he hasn't mentioned a single thing about Teshuva. Why? He wants to get the audience to first acknowledge that all of these horrible things are happening. The world is turning upside down. All of this was written in the Torah. Once you realize that everything was written in the Torah, the whole thing that's upside down, it's happening, was written in the Torah, now we could talk of why. Now we could talk about why. Because so far he hasn't talked about Teshuva. He hasn't talked about the reason. He says there is a reason, and the prophets wrote about what the reason is, but he hasn't told us what the reason is. That we're going to do next week. But so far he wants people to recognize the emet. Recognize that everything that's happening in the world is written in the Torah. What happened before, what's happening now, which therefore tells us that what's happening next is also in the Torah.